right, so here's
but professional modeling is different.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So here's another question that sort of ties into that one, right? So your show is called Life Behind the Dream. When does the dream become the reality? Like what is the mile marker that says that I have a dream of modeling to like
every day when you wake up and you do something towards the dream, that's when it becomes a reality, because it can never become a reality. Like, you can dream something, but you're not going to get it the next day unless you, even if you woke up and hit the lottery, like, you still have to, you know, get your legal team together and stuff like that. So it's not going to happen the next day after you dream it. But every day that you wake up and you do something towards that dream, that's basically you making it a reality. So
making it happen.
So that's why it's life behind the dream, you know, like we're all working towards things, like we all have so many different personalities and things that we enjoy doing, like modeling, being a mother, working towards like being your own entrepreneur, boss, you know, fitness, training.
And just like you said, it's behind it. It's like the behind the scenes of a fashion show. All types of chaos happen. So we haven't got to the reality. Like we was actually just discussing that not too long ago of how deep we want to get into our personal lives, but depending on our audience and our viewers, like you know, we'll eventually get there. We'll eventually get there, but this is definitely reality that you guys get now.
And most of pretty much all of our episodes, like we don't do too much editing to them. Like we ourselves don't do too much editing, but a videographer definitely hooks us up with, you know, putting things together. But we really just speak from, we don't have no script. Like you'll see us bring in like, you know, notebooks and stuff, but that's really just to remember to get the most important topics and stuff. But we really like to film this from a reality standpoint of view, because that's how we operate every day. Like we don't live our lives by no script. And I think that, like, oh, forgot my script, shit! I'm going to say to this customer today. But and the only time we do that is, you know, when we do skits and stuff. And I would say half of our skits, you know, is by a script. Half of it's off the dome thinking. But definitely, like, reality, this is, like, what you see is what you get. So, this is us.
So when you don't get too many uploads, that means because there's not much content. There's not our life is not you know, exciting enough. You know, so I'm just
not even sometimes so busy.
I'm just kidding. You know? But yeah, exactly. Like we'll get there when we get like multiple videographers.
Did y'all hear?
What happened?
Sometimes you don't have time to set it all.
You know what?
Okay.
We appreciate it. If Corey would like to sign up to be one of our videographers.
Yeah, we actually are looking for extra videographers so that we can get more reality going, you know what I'm saying? Because Joey's just one person. We can't be stretching this man out. And he doesn't only just work with us. He works with a lot of other people,
I know, he be kicking us out of the studio like,
his summer, he was mad booked and busy. Like, we had to, like, ask him if he was still with us because he was just, like, out of the state and just, like, all over the place.
I'm coming at Joey low-key.
Yeah. So,
no, sir. We appreciate you, Joey, for real.
But, yeah, so, definitely... We have big and better things coming, more good things coming, and we appreciate you guys. And we appreciate you guys sticking through every time. Like, we appreciate you guys, literally. Every time we thank our audience, our viewers, like, people who are keeping up with us, because it feels like we're going somewhere with just, like, viewers and just with audience. Thank you, Corey, for coming and, like, you know, you obviously see something in us that, you know, probably we don't see in ourselves. I posted on the, on our Instagram, who would be interested in joining us tonight, and Corey responded, so Corey's here today. Here we go. So this is what we like to see. We appreciate things like this. So whenever you get another one, you see another one. Don't you have a website?
Yes, I do. www.ctphotoanddesign617.com.
Yes. So he does photo shoots.
Yeah, I do.
What else? Events.
I do events. I do weddings. I do you know, birthday shoots. I do modeling portfolios. Maternity. Baby's first birthday, family, all that, and I also do design, right? Photo and design. So I'm able to do logos, I do programs, I do menus, I do flyers.
Yes.
You know, any of that, hit you.
Oh wait, so you said logos too?
I was gonna say,
we were just talking about logos.
Yeah,
well,
because
I would like to take this time
to
just say my favorite thing about Corey, because I really appreciate you coming tonight. I just want to say, like, I appreciate his punctuality and him always showing up prepared, like he said, our first photo shoot, like, he showed up so prepared with accessories for me, things for me. He had a whole makeup artist for me. He had people there to help us. You know, he had, you know, he brought friends. I made friends. So
I made friends.
I want to say, like, you know, I thank you for always being prepared and showing us what it is to, you know,
reaching out. That's one thing we
embody that kind of boss spirit, because you're a boss. So.
Yeah. He's a boss and he's a kind. You're literally like a genuine person, you know. Working with Corey, like, I didn't feel uncomfortable at all. Like, one of my first photo shoots, I want to say, probably one of my first photo shoots that I've ever did, and I like just like the communication between us and making sure that I felt like comfortable behind the camera, comfortable with you around, you know. And I was like, okay, you know, I feel like I can do this, you know. I felt confident. I felt like I had it, you know. I still have it, sure, but just not today because, like I said, the baby hairs. The baby hairs. But yes, working with Corey, I feel like, you know, everybody teach their own, but I enjoy working with you, and I can see us working in the future.
Not all photographers are like
but like
easy to work with, like during the shoot. Some of them is just very. I had one
you
photographer
feel intimidated
that actually
sometimes.
I had one photographer that reached out to me to come shoot, and thank God I brought my friend, because if it was just me and him, it would have been so freaking awkward. Like, he was mad, like, silent. Like, I mean, I wasn't, like, he was just so, like, he was just, like, it was just weird. And then at the end, I guess because I was probably, like, I read off of energy, you know? I get to say, exactly. So he wasn't talking too much to me. I wasn't talking too much to him. And then towards the end, I started getting a little goofy. So then he started opening up more and, like, you know, laughing and having more conversation. But it was just like, you know, it's a little awkward. So yeah, thank you for that, because it's not easy.
That it can be a challenge. Like, when you first learn how to do photography, like, you're learning, like, the technical part of, like, how to, like, properly take a picture, how to use lighting, like, and you don't know how to pose anyone, you don't know how to be, like, friendly and interact. Like, hopefully you were already that person, but if you're not, like, it can be like nerve-wracking to feel like you're in control of this whole shoot. Like, it can make you super nervous. So there are some people that have to sort of learn those things in stages, right? And there are some people that, you know, they're happy that they got a properly exposed picture, but, like, they can't notice, like, the little things that would have made the picture better, or they don't give the little bit of feedback that encourages the model to, like, to keep going, you know, with a particular pose or in a particular direction. So, you know, it's no shade at all. People are just at different stages of their growth, just like with modeling. There are people who are at different stages, different comfort levels with themselves and with their craft. And so, you know, I've only been doing photography for 3 years. I'm, you know, grateful for the people that I've had the opportunity to work with over the last 3 years. Some really phenomenal people, and, you know, in my opinion, the sky's the limit, right? If you really invest in yourself, if you invest in, you know, the skills that God's given you, the sky is the limit. So I'm you know, grateful to y'all. Like I said, literally, Stacey's the first person that I ever asked, and I will always be grateful for that. And just you know, some of my favorite pictures ever were with Ray, you know, 3 months ago in June. You know, when we did this shoot with shout out to about _Irene. We did this last shoot in Revere, and it was incredible, right? Like, some of the images that we got from that, and, like, literally every person that I shot with there, I've shot with since.
Speaking of, I was downtown. All this is just bringing back memories. I was downtown probably like a week after that shoot, or maybe, probably a week. And this guy, he was like, "Did you just do a shoot on a beach?" And then so I was doing a delivery, so I was about to get in my car. And I turned around, I was just like, this is so weird. I was like, yeah. So he was like, you just shot with Corey. I was like, yeah. And it was just like, so he was like, I was just what you call it? Like, I guess he was looking at the computer when he was like going through them, and he was like, those are some dope pictures though. And then I was just like, I don't know, I just felt so great. Like I was like, oh, that's so nice. It was sweet.
That shoot was incredible for me because that was also the first time that like I was surrounded by some of the most talented photographers, like people that I've been watching since I first started. Like I'm the type of person, like I track. You see how I can tell you all about your shows because I track people. Like when something is of interest to me, like I pay attention to it. And so there are photographers that like I've paid attention to their work since day one, and I got to work with some of those folks like Todd and Alex, and then being able to like. It's funny, I only realized that you were at that shoot when I saw other people's pictures, and I was like, man, there was like all these models that I missed, and like I was like, and so getting to work with you, I'd reached out to another one of the models, like Madeline, like randomly, separate and apart from the shoot, and then we got to work together. So it's like
thank you for that too, for referring me to
of course.
To that, because I was actually through that gig. With what is that about Irene? Yeah, she's a lash tech. She reached out to me because he referred me. So, and that was before we even met because that was before our photo shoot. We
look at the networking. So the power of networking.
Well, then this the Boston like makeup artist, photographer, model community. Like Boston is small, right?
Yeah.
So we all have to stick together. Like we all have to stick together. We all have to look out for each other. We all have to share opportunities. Like. And invest in each other.
Definitely, because you never know when you're going to run into this person again.
It's true.
Or you never know when you might need them again, too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, you really don't. So
and that shirt is just real tough, Corey. So could you please explain?
Oh, of course. So I got this shirt in Philly. I did get it in West Philly, but when I knew I was going to be coming on here, I knew that I had to wear a shirt that reflects a dream, right? This is Life Behind the Dream. And there's no bigger dreamer than Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King.
Right?
So for me, this shirt, seeing it, is a reminder that we all ourselves have to dream, right? That there can be no progress if we don't have a dream and then work towards accomplishing that dream. And that's what you ladies do every day, both in your collective work and in your individual lives. So this shirt helps remind me of that, and hopefully your audience as well.
In the words of Uncle Martin, I have a dream.
What'd you say, Stacey?
As it in the words of Uncle Martin, I have a dream.
Uncle Martin. Uncle Martin Mall.
Martin Mall.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much, Corey, for coming.
I love that symbolism. Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Seriously.
much.
You are an amazing guest to us, and
we appreciate the history that you brought.
We had like a great time the whole time.
So before we end, let's give some pros and cons of since we didn't, unless you want to give feedback to your guest, to our guest, your guest, the guest. Give either pros and cons of being a photographer or some feedback that you would give to other photographers. Some feedback, maybe.
Sure. So I'll tell you the 3 things that I wish I had known from the start about photography, and hopefully that will help, get somebody a little bit farther along. The first thing that I wish I had known from the start is that photography is a lot of work. Like,
the editing, right? How long does it take to edit one picture?
So I'm a speed chess player, right? So like that's what I do. Like on YouTube, that's where the most of my views are from speed chess. So I do things very quickly. So I can edit a picture like literally like 3 minutes, right? Like I can.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like literally, I've been doing headshots all week at work.
Right? Or no?
Well, no. So like I get it correct in camera, and then I'll use Portrait Pro, and I'll like smoothen skin. I'll remove shadows. I can do all that in about 3 minutes, right? Like I like to do things efficiently and quickly. I hate wasting.
Photographer told me it took about an hour to do it.
But it depends on what your workflow is. It depends on what you're using. But I know that models want their pictures, right? Like that's, you know what I mean? And I'm the type of person where I don't want to hold your pictures any longer than I have to, because that I treat it like a burden on myself, that like that I owe you this, right? Because you took the time to shoot with me, you invested your time, you invested your money in your makeup or your clothes or whatever, and so I owe you this to get you your pictures in a timely fashion, so you can see them, so you can post them, so you can appreciate them, so you can print them, you can do whatever you want to do with them, right? You have some need for them, that's why you agreed to do the shoot, and I want to make sure that you get that in a timely fashion. So I'm able to do my pictures generally, you know, it depends on like the totality of like how many pictures I have in queue, obviously. Like there are some busy seasons in my photography where I'm doing like 4 shoots a week and my queue is D'd up. And then there are other times where I'm doing like, you know, 1 shoot every 2 weeks, and so the pictures are like ready like that because my queue is empty. But you know, but photography is a lot of work. It requires you know, just a big investment of your time to like to learn, to study, to grow, not only to get technically better with your photography IQ, but also to get better with your EQ, because you're dealing with people, you're dealing with you know, models who maybe don't do it all the time, and it's windy outside, and there's distractions.
With the low-key shade.
It's no shade. You telling yourself. I didn't say that. You telling yourself. Like, so
it's
that's
too windy.
Yeah, so, but it takes a lot.
It's never been me though, but I'm just saying, like, I know.
The second advice that I would give is off-camera flash is your best friend. So don't use pop-up flash. Don't do it to yourself. We know we can spot it every time. You know, there's videos.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
I'm about to tell you what I'm talking about. There's videos. So when we have the studio, and we have a light over here, and we have a light over here, or like when we shoot like outdoors, and I'm holding the light up here, and I got to stand over here, like. We do that, you know, to you know, reduce shadows, and to like and to really like photography, like the photo part means light, right? You know what I mean? So it's like you like once you start to understand that, like I think the first photo shoot that I did with Stacy, my flash was glued to the top of my camera because I didn't know any better, right? So I wish somebody had told me that sooner. So definitely off-camera flash is your best friend. And the third and most important thing is have fun, right? Like don't take yourself too seriously. Like photography is definitely a lot of work, but also make sure to have fun. Make sure that that you find a network of people, a network of photographers that will like be real with you, that will tell you about your work, that will help you get better, networks of models that, you know, that will work with you consistently, people that you trust, people that you know, you have a concept and you know they can execute it. Like you know, do that, but have fun, because if you don't have fun, it will suck the life out of it, and you know, it'll turn into something that you really don't feel like doing anymore, especially like if it's your side hustle and you're not doing it as a full-time thing. Like, make sure that you have fun, make sure that you always keep that like positive energy and positive mental attitude towards your photography. Don't let it become burdensome in your life.
That's true. That's with almost any job.
Yeah.
That's why I had to cut down on the 9-to-5s, because I wasn't really feeling. Yeah, no sir. But Joey, your photography, all of his advice just made me think. You don't want to come and give our viewers.
I was in the back like, don't do me, boo boo.
All right. Whatever. Anyways, again, we appreciate you coming. We appreciate your advice. Photographers, I hope you're taking notes, because those are very good pointers.
Photographers, or anybody in general too. You know, like it's just like great general advice, I want to say too. Just, you know, remain, like, have fun with what you're
right, but with the lighting and stuff like that probably was a good point, because you guys probably messed it up. No, sir.
The lighting, okay.
No, sir, let me stop. But no shade. But again, thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you guys.
Wonderful work.
And definitely remember to like, comment,
and subscribe. Because she always remembers to say it. It just made me think to say it.
Yes.
Thank you guys for
send us messages. We love it when you send us messages.
Yes, for real.
Yeah.
And hit us up when you guys want to be featured.
Okay.
All right.
Deuces.